You're not gonna take that from him, are you? This is unnecessary. Back down to all of you. No, I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. And why is that? Well, because you'll have me to deal with. They look at each other. One of the men gives the other two a warning shake of his head before turning to you. We're done for now, but this one better watch his step around here because we're not going anywhere. With a final scowl at the elf, he turns to leave. Yeah, that's what I thought. Run away, pansies. Don't mess with the dwarf. As the three stumble away, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Actually, that was fun.
Then I can't imagine you lack for entertainment in these parts.
No, not at all. He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of frayed embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
Tell me about yourself. How'd you manage to get stuck out here? You better have more to say for yourself. Nah. How'd you get stuck out here? He laughs uncomfortably. That is something of a long story.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we separated near some ruins when they
In
died.
Griffin Ruins? Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
Beawick.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. Well, it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
What are you doing in the Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yeah, I just got it earlier. And you? I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
He nods at the gnarled old tree in the center of town. His darting glances take in the tumble-down buildings and the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
Yeah, true that. Alright, how do you cross those drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. That. He clears his throat and just sleeve. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. Just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief. But before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. Alright, I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
So do I. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Good job. Sweet. Pause. Aloth, level 2 wizard. He has a 7 lore and 1 mechanic. Pretty good. He has Arcane Assault, Dazzling Lights, Distant Advantage, Fan of Flames, Sunless, minor, and wizard's double. His talent is blast. Grant blast passive. Generously blast on target when using wand, rod, or scepter, doing a modest amount of damage to all enemies and oh, cool. His wand attack does a AoE attack. Alright, get in this formation here. Okay.
Of course.
This doesn't unlock anything. This doesn't unlock anything. This, give me this.
Well?
Blackhound Inn. The windows are clouded with the haze of accumulated smoke and cooking grease. In we go. Oh, noisy lot. The floorboards are sticky with spills that no one has bothered to clean.
As you wish.
Some kind of brown slop is congealed in these dishes. It smells burnt. Okay.
Good day to you.
Hello, and welcome to the innkeeper looks up. Oh, it's you. Tenfrith told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenfrith said he wants to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughed. So what would you like? I'm not sleeping yet. I could use some reliable help. What do you know about the Black... tell me about the Blackhound. What was that? Really? Well, let me see. The actual buildings have been here for years, but the Blackhound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces here too, fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Tenfrith's the big draw, I'm sure. Tenfrith's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound. It's still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl. Place ended up in my hands somehow. She laughs. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Well, you got spills that have never been cleaned up. You got brown congealed stuff in your dishes. You're not doing a good job, lady. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have two available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by the way of a good meal today. She sighs. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. I could use some reliable help. Let you build a new party member. Like to see a room. Certainly. Whatever. No companions available to hire. Okay. This is where you can buy stuff. Camping supplies. All kinds of food, cheese, and grain. Grain. Oh, you use stuff to make your own meals. This is where you make your own party member. And we got a common room free. Doesn't give us any boost. I think these give you a boost until your next rest. So laborer's rest give you perception mechanics, and this one gives you a stat boost to resolve. Task complete. Late for dinner. That's not stealing. Milk and grain. I will take. Hey, Swainer.
Well met, friend.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Aloth narrows his eyes. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. He wrinkles his nose. Smells like it too. Trumbull, I saw you outside the mill. What was that about? Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. Oh, I bet he has. All nobility, that Trumbull. Two big, strong kids. Pure soul in all of Gilded Vale. Dwarfs are cowards, sending out messengers to handle his business. Well, you can go and tell him we haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him, and we can't afford a good drink on account of him. But we won't be bullied by some foreigner on account of him. What if I buy you out? Would you talk to me then? Hall sprang up by his chair. If you want to fight with Trumbull, let's make it a fair one. Attack. I will pick you up. If you want to fight with Trumbull, let's make it a... No. Let's see if I can talk to him. considers me. He looks to you. Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats, and maybe I'll feel up to trading words. Okay.
Good day, stranger.
Okay. Well, someone finished some metal air. What's blah 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 troubles? This is not what I wanted to be in. Where's my journal? Against the grain. I spoke to the mill. It seems between the mill and some forms are reaching building point, maybe more best. It doesn't tell me what I need to get them to drink. I find.
Gods keep you.
About this trouble with the miller. Hair off, Rabbit. I haven't anything else to say to you. Maybe I talk to him for you. Hi, you think you'll get through to him when we haven't? The man's thick as a peat bog. I hear he's got his soul red. Found his kin used to grow sonreed trees for their Adrian lords up until they figured out their side was losing. Explaining why his knees still ache to bend to whatever lord or lady crosses the road. He'll be holed up in that mill for days, the coward. 4 or 5 as you can see. But here, if you want to give it a shot, then good luck. Will you want if you manage it? Maybe I should have read what I skipped through. Oh well. A couple more souls to look at. What's up here? Scroll of Phantom Flames. Development a Crucible Knight. Once Pat shows a nice life spent training in his preferred discipline. How to make a knight. Okay. You get the scroll because you got scroll lore. Can I throw that in there? Thank you. We'll throw all the books in there. Oh, Tenfred. I didn't talk to him yet. Well, we'll go upstairs first. We'll get to Tenfred. Don't you worry. Grousers. Grab a drink, friend. Not much else worth it in this town. Says the woman from Thine. Hey, we said we wouldn't mention Thine. Stealing. Not stealing. 10 years of dawn. 10 years I tilted the... I'll have to read this. In guest. Please leave me. Souls I can look at. What do we got in here? Lockpick failed. Fine. What do we got on this? The Drywood early colonist history. Oh, lockpicks. You get the lockpicks. You get that. Alright, let's go lockpick this. Yes. We get a rapier, padded armor, and a duelist hat. You have a hood on, don't you? Yeah. Alright, I don't need a duelist hat. Oh wait. Oh wait, that was stealing, wasn't it? Pretty sure that was stealing. Yeah, it's stealing. What's down here? Oh, it's the Black Hound. Oh, what's this? The bones are covered in tiny bite marks. Hello, Black Hound. Oh, it sounds so sad. This hound stares intently at the covered window. Head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging. Sorry, girl, don't think he's coming back. I could use a dog. Here, girl. Pet the dog, leave dog. Sorry, girl, I don't think he's coming back. Dog whines softly again, head tilted. Well, you can come with me. Maybe we'll find him on the way. I can use a good... hey, come with me. We can see if we find him in their travels. Dog's ears perk up. It trots over to you and barks happily. Dog's gone. Party has gained item. I get an item. Okay. The Black Hound. This small dog has a glossy black coat and an affable disposition. She trots along at your heels, gazing up devoutly whenever you come to a stop. Here, you carry the dog, okay? What's out here? this is the outside of the inn. Doesn't look like there's anything. Isn't that Adra's house? Yeah. Back this way. Let's go talk to Tenfreet. I think that's everything. Oh no, we gotta go back to the mill first. And we gotta rest. My bad. We've still got a few things to do. Tenfrith. That's stealing. Ah, it's you, my savior. It's so good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my closely guarded secrets. My dearest recipe after this, you will eat nothing else. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. You have gained savory pie. Ooh, so what's the savory pie do? Food. Savory pie. 1 light, 1 perception for 150 seconds. That's a piece of grain, beer, and a piece of meat. That's it. This gives me 2 might for 300 seconds. Give me 2 for 2 constitution. Alright, whatever. Fine. Give me junk. Anything else to say? No, okay. That's it. Alright, so let's
Hail and well met.
I'd like to buy a round for the fellows over there. Oh yeah. Fine fellows, you're having me on. Any more fighting, I'll have to ban Swainer from the inn entirely. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot. Can we... No, I'll pay the 6 copper. These people are poor. Here you are. Right then, here. 3 drinks for the 3 fools. Just take care with them. They're a hot-tempered lot. Alright. Let's go talk to Swainer.
Greetings.
I've bought the drinks. Hey, so you have by the flame. I never thought I'd be so happy for a mug of the Black Hound shit beer. Gosh, that's good. Alright then. You've got my attention. What is it you got to say that's worth a round of drinks? Look, there's no sense in threatening the miller. You have him up against the wall. Maybe you could ask some of the other villagers for help. Maybe you could tell me more about what's going on. You're drunk menace. I'm putting you down. Look, there's no sense threatening the miller. Straight eyes you for a few long months, drinking deep from any size. You're right. Things go on like they are. We're just going to end up hanging from that tree out there. Look, his comments. Tell Trumbull we'll leave him be. Don't know what we'll do now with the crops failing. Haven't got another trade to speak of. Think Pasca needs a hand around the inn? Well, that was easily resolved. Hey, Pasca.
Hail and well met.
Do you know, oh, well, I couldn't say speak for, but we do have, let me see what you have to work with. I do not want to buy someone. No, I don't want that thing. Bed. I want to resolve. Rest. Ah, nice cozy fire. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallow tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. I have leveled up, and yeah, merch stay bonus resting. Okay, let us level. Alright, so we got 6 points, so we can put 4 in there, and I really don't care about stealth. Let's get survival 1 and lore 1. Yeah, that sounds good. Next, I get a fighter ability. Defender. Instant. The fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on defending incoming attacks. The fighter receives a bonus to deflection, increase his or her number of engagement targets to 3, but at the expense of attack rate. That's pretty good. Confident aim, 20% greater converts to hits, times 1.2 minimum damage. Disciplined barrage. Instant accuracy for guardian stance. Instant friendly aura, plus 10 deflection, minus 10 accuracy. Oh, I lose 10 accuracy, but I give everybody 10 deflection. That's a passive, and this is a modal. I really want defender, because I get... Yeah, we're going defender. Done. Alright. Aloth. Let's level you up. You can get a lore and a sneak and a mechanic. 2 spells. Binding web sounds really good. Hobbled for spins a resilient viscous web throughout the area of effect. Oh, can you do the... Is there a fireball? There's rolling flame. Creates a bounding ball of fire, inflicting bird damage upon anyone in his path. Oh. Can I do that? I wonder if I can binding web them and then rolling flame them. I want to try that. I really want to try. I don't even care about the other spells. Okay, this thing? This guy. This. I can't add any more? Oh, I can only have... Alright, you got what? You got minor missiles, summons 3 missiles that batter the target, inflicting crush damage. You can bewilder, decreasing the will and leaving them dazed. Sunless graph, cast his hand becomes so cold. You don't need... what's your range? Speed, entrant effect. The cat's hand cold does freeze damage to your target. It doesn't... What's the... It's... Oh. Combat only, not in Grimoire. Can I replace? How do I swap out spells? No. What if I do... Learn spell... No. I want to change these. Alright, fine, whatever. Anyways, let's go tell the miller the good news and go check out the Animancer, make sure she's really dead. So I believe this is going to be a 2-parter. This is taking quite a bit of time to explore this town. Over here. Yeah, this way. Come on, guys. It doesn't say anything. Oh. Caldara de Baranzi. The squat, disintended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there's a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Reach out for the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging one, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I, wherever here may be.
How can you speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I survived a bivouac. Do you know why?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing.
Well, that's not reassuring.
Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder.
When all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Meerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I want to know about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Okay, well then, farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldera closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Aloth looks at you through their eyes. Are you alright? You seem lost just now. I'm a watcher. Well, that's interesting. And I expect that explains how you survived the Bewick, huh? In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about watchers? Only that they're rare and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, he coughs, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on. Will you join me? He regards you with a smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19.
He looks you up.
Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in a dwarf woman? Looks you a moment, his brow arched, he smirks, his smirk broadens.
Well, I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
What's it to you? Impossible, I don't drool half as much. I've been out of sorts lately. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're gonna be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war? Saints War. Only one in my lifetime. Vele decides he's the living incarnation of ethos. Overthrows Redrika's marches on Drywood, so we gave him a Drywoodian hello. Who is ethos? God of rebirth and redemption. Formally, anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. What's a Drywoodian? I'm pretty sure I know what that is.
We blew him up.
He smiles at this, but is the smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. I had other questions. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Raedric sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Glosk, plotting Raedric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Raedric, then for protecting me. What does this town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
And they have.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Olaf glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. If you're next to be hanged, why are you still here? Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Waidwin's legacy started with Waidwin. You can join me. Where you headed? Some place I call Cade now. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
Drinking too much, I'm guessing?
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right, then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
He tilts his head forward and gives you a pointed look. Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. Let's get going. So, who are you? You have a saber and a bow. This thing. You are a 3rd level fighter. Nice. See, you got Saints War armor. You're good athletics, war survival, constant recovery. Oh, you got defender too, huh? Sweet. Fighting spirit. And knockdown. Okay. Okay. So, I sold everything, didn't I? Dang it. Oh, I didn't buy that plate mail, did I? Alright, let's go buy plate mail.
17 and a half.
Oh, no, you go there.
Huh?
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I didn't pick that. Go picking. Oh, there's some up there, too. Double time. Alright. I need to go to the mill. tell them that the drunk guys are gonna leave them alone. Let's round this quest up. Oh, Trumbull.
How do you do?
You're back. Have you had any luck with Swainer? I spoke to Swainer. And what did he say? I convinced him to leave your family in peace. Why, that's great news. I wasn't sure you'd get through to him. They're out of their minds with drink half the time. Are you a great day? Here. Today's earning to show my appreciation, and you can be sure I'll let everyone know what you've done for me. You guys are like about to starve to death. You keep it. You're having a hard enough time. You're a generous soul, friend, and we'll have you to thank for making it through the coming years. Safe travels, and may you find favor with the gods. Yay. Alright. That is everything in this town. And that's going to end this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.